This podcast contains explicit content, language, and sexual situations. It is intended for adults 18 years of age and older. These thoughts and opinions expressed are not those of any specific employer, group, or individual.
Fed up with the rat race, we decided to sell everything and move to Cancun, Mexico.
Now we do what we love.
Work, party, and play at the Desire Resorts. After 16 years in the lifestyle, we thought we saw it all. We were so wrong.
So wrong. Oh my God, so wrong. Now we want to share the fun that we get to have every day. So come to room 77. Let's play.
All right, we have started. Are you ready, Lauren? Are you ready?
I am. I like my new beanbag.
Oh, I thought we had that for a really long time. I need to put a beanbag on this sofa that I'm sitting on.
Well, that's why I was thinking we maybe should use one.
I should get my ass pillow that I use downstairs and bring it up here when we record. I don't know why I haven't been doing that.
Why don't you try that one?
I'm tired. It's too far away. I want to reach.
I know. It's exhausting.
We have a lot of people that we know personally, and there's a lot of affiliates in town this week, but I don't really have any sex stories because we didn't really do anything.
I was texting someone this morning and they're like, oh, I can't wait to hear the podcast after 21 Days of Friends. Because she's like, are your friends still there? And I'm like, oh, more are coming in. And then there's someone this day and this day and this day. But we're exhausted. So we may end up being completely sexless.
Yeah, we'd be like celibate. So in the last episode that we did, you made me cry and I made you cry.
Uh-huh.
And people responded rather well. So my goal, I think now, is to make you cry in every episode.
Poor people. They're so sweet. We really do have
They really are sweet.
I know.
We took a little time to ourselves and went downstairs and watched the show Chernobyl to pick us up a little bit. What a funny, smart little comedy.
I mean,
Chernobyl, if you want a little pick-me-up, it's not just a funny name. We never really get to take time away from the resort. And we took time away from the resort. Our friends that had kidnapped us and took us to Tulum, this year, we voluntarily got kidnapped and we went to Isla Mujeres.
yay.
We did like a little movie on it that we put on the Patreon site. We took a bunch of videos. Did you like the ferry over there? You usually get sick on boats, but you didn't.
This was awesome.
That was already a positive thing for me.
I was ready to go.
But when we got there, there's people singing on the boat. It's a whole long thing. So anyway, we get off the boat and everything there is golf carts, right?
Yeah.
Which we got picked up by our friends and we landed in what he claimed to be the fastest golf cart on the island. I think may have just been what he was told. And it was cool. We went to this hotel where they were staying. They were actually checking out. And then you went into the pool and there were other people there. There was other like people sitting around. And you were in that pool, just a regular resort.
Right.
For all of 45 minutes until you said, excuse me, sir, can I take my top off? Of course.
Listen,
Of course. My beautiful wife, of course.
I kept my top on long enough so we could take some pictures because it was a really beautiful property. And and I'm like, well, it's adults only. I can take my top off.
I'm always in that situation whenever anybody takes their clothes off in public. I'm not watching you. I'm watching everybody watching you. So
You did?
I always do. That's what always happens.
What happened?
People look, but they try not to stare.
Are they waiting for me to take my bottoms off or are they just like, that's ballsy?
I think that would be a little too much, but it's weird. You take off all your clothes at Desire. I don't really look at anybody. And then you take off your top in a place like that. And then I'm like, hey, buddy, what are you looking at?
Oh, no.
It's just a weird reaction. I don't get it. But anyway, so we go back to the hotel and go to the beach club. This beach club, Green Demon. Everybody should look that up. Place was so awesome.
So awesome.
I wish you could see the videos. It just some of the hottest people that we saw since in Mexico, I think. And immediately I'm like, I want to have sex with all these people. And it's very weird because you're in that vanilla world and it just everything sort of changes.
But your mind's still running like that.
Always on the prowl.
Yeah.
I can't turn it off.
You'll do that to me where you're like, oh, did you see her? And I'm like, who? You're like, you're never paying attention.
Yeah, me. I'm always like, what is your sexual life like? What are you into? Are you trying to have sex with me? No. I'm just curious. I get very curious. Those 2 days put us way, way, way behind. So we end that vacation or staycation, I guess. We go back to the resort, which was nice for us because we felt like, when we are at Desire, we love doing what we do, but it does get a little bit exhausting because we're sort of selling ourselves like cheap whores.
Yeah.
And that's exhausting.
Yeah, we didn't have to go up and say, hey, we're Richard and Lauren. We do a workshop and we want to invite you or whatever.
We were doing girls class this week. So it was extra stressful for me. Going to RM is always a little bit extra stressful because when you come in on Tuesday as us, no one knows who the hell we are.
No, nor do they really care.
Nor do they care. But so you have to walk into a pool with inside 2 to 3 hours and be like, hi, what's your name? Which is, I got to be honest, a little bit more difficult over at RM. It's just a little more difficult to break that barrier. Once you break the barrier,
everyone's super nice.
There
is this group and like I kept getting the guys confused because they almost had the same exact body and the tattoos. Remember we were talking about those two guys had the same tattoo.
I talked to them first.
I went up to the
I introduced you because I walked
you're
in,
right.
I walked into that foursome. I looked at them, and this doesn't happen a lot, but I walked into the pool. I looked at them, and I went, I want to have sex with each and every one of you. And
you said that?
In my head.
I was like,
no,
that's a great icebreaker.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm not doing so well at RM.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to fuck each of you. By the way, come to the workshop at 4:30.
The workshop is not about sex.
I'm going to go tell those people over there that I want to fuck them too. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Did you want to have sex with that group as much as I did?
Yeah, I would have sat right there in the middle of it. But
what?
I still find myself judging books by their cover because I get intimidated to walk up to the group, which is why I went to the group to the side and you went to them. And I was like, hey.
They were intimidating to talk to because they had the tats and they had that look. I mean, afterwards though.
Cool people. Why do I still do that? I don't know why I still do that.
It's just a response. I have to fight it every
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday I have to fight it. I do. And then there was the other guy who worked in chemistry.
Oh my God.
I loved him.
Oh my God. You had the most random pool conversations ever.
Well, he told me that he was into chemistry. And my response was, hey, we're running out of helium. And he said, the fuck are you talking about? I said, I don't know. I read stuff and then I just throw it up. That's what I do here.
And his wife was like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys are having this conversation.
And then he says, how are we running out of helium? I need to know this as someone who's really into chemistry. That doesn't seem possible to me. And I say, well, I don't retain the information. I just retain the headline.
Right.
And I read it but I don't remember it. I just know
panic
for party suppliers. That's my take.
Clowns. It's time to go back to school.
Party supply stores are screwed. But the truth is, so I had to get up for him and go, I'm going to find out, sir. Also, we're running out of bananas. He didn't know that. Yes.
You had just told me that this morning. And so I was like, and we're also running out of bananas.
He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. We're running out of helium. We're running out of bananas. I'm going to lunch. You figure this shit out. I want answers by the time I come back.
You gave him homework and he came. Was it you or him?
I gave him homework for, do you know anything about ASMR? I'm doing it right now on my microphone. Is it AMSR?
I don't know.
I don't know. And then he comes back to me the next day. He's like, no, there's an erotic part of AMSR.
Yeah.
Is it ASMR or AMSR?
I think AMSR.
I don't know. It just freaks me out when I watch any of these videos. If you are going to YouTube now and you are looking up AMSR, I'm sorry. When we did the girls' workshop at RM, it's so hot. Like, when we always say, people in the vanilla world think that this is what it looks like or this is what's always happening. That's pretty close to what their image is.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot. And the only thing that I want to bring up to you before I leave that particular subject of RM is I have officially found my next wife.
Oh, no. Yes. Mm-hmm. I think I know who you're talking about.
It's B or Marissa. I don't know what they call her over there, but she's the playmaker. What was that other one's name? Anna?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't even remember who she is.
That's why you forgot her name.
Yeah, I love B, and I think that I should express that to you now. I want to do stuff to her.
Well, she likes to do stuff to you. That's why I love her.
I mean, she likes to tease the crap out of me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I am going to do everything I can to somehow get her into my life in many levels. I may have to kidnap her. I should express that to you now. And she gets me through sometimes going to Arvin, that stress a little bit because I know she's going to be there. And I love Uni. I really do. But Uni is so sweet.
Yeah, you can't have a dirty thought about Uni.
No, I can have dirty thoughts about Uni.
Oh, you can? I can't.
Absolutely.
She's
That's
so sweet.
easy.
I can't.
I would just do different dirty things to them in a different way. I have a hard penis right now.
That is a beautiful penis.
Thank you.
You can leave it out.
No, because I feel weird.
Why? Why do you feel weird? You're naked. You don't have to masturbate. You can just leave it.
Well, now I'm just saying, like, can I masturbate and keep a thought going at the same time? So for everybody there, I am
now masturbating.
You can tell them because this is getting a little more difficult.
He's speeding up, doing right hand, still sitting on the futon.
I want to make sounds right now, but I feel weird.
You should do whatever is normal. We're going to record this and see how it works out.
When I edit back, it's going to be like, oh my God, you're so gross.
Oh no. Do you need lube? I have oil handy.
No, I've been doing this for years. I can do it.
Without oil or lotion?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about B.
Oh God, I can't do that. Oh, Foxy, I had to stop. All right, I'm going to stop because that's too hard.
I can't podcast and watch you masturbate.
Why not?
It's so distracting.
I'm so horny right now. I don't know what to do.
Should we just fuck?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if we didn't make any sounds or anything. I can probably do it
no
really
one wants to
fast.
listen to silence while they're driving or at the gym or wherever they listen. Tell me a story.
What do you want to hear?
I don't know. You know what you do. I want to hear you try and talk and masturbate at the same time.
It's hard because now I'm like, should we just stop and just like have sex really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be right back.
3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.
The Eagle has landed.
All right, and we're back. So that's how you have sex during a podcast. I'm awesome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I can't decide if it made me tired or if it made me more awake.
I'm exhausted. I need a sandwich and a bed. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Helium and bananas. That's what I remember. Is there an audio version of an exhibitionist?
Well, yeah, it's going to go back to that AMSR stuff. AMSR erotica. It's got to be something along that line.
Well, yeah. Well, it's a heavy breather that used to call.
Hi.
What are you wearing? All right. I have to go now, take a nap and eat a sandwich that hopefully you'll make me.
You know I will.
I know. I love your sandwiches. They're
Yeah.
so good. All right. Let's go have a sandwich.
Okay, sandwich.
Lauren.
Love you.
Love you. All right. What room are you in?
11,
What room are you in?
87,
What room are you in?
1302.
What room are you in?
2505.
What room are you in?
50.
What room are you in?
23.
Name one thing are running out of.
Freedom.
We're running out of freedom. Way to keep it lively and peppy.
Big cock.
We are running out of big cock. I don't know how to prove or disprove that.
Energy.
Maybe running out of time.
Oh, yeah.
Would you believe me if I told you we were running out of helium?
What do you mean?
The element helium, He, on the periodical chart. Helium
No.
is true. Look it up. Would you believe me if I told you we're running out of bananas? The bananas are all going to go away. You feel like we're running out of time. Name one thing that you feel like you or the world is running out of.
Compassion.
Lube.
Lube. I have some for you. All right, would you believe me if I told you that the world is running out of helium?
No, I wouldn't believe you.
Would you believe me if I told you the world was running out of helium?
No.
Would you believe me if I told you that party suppliers are screwed?
They would be if they're out of helium.
Yes, the stuff that's in the balloon.
Because I went to Party City and they had no helium.
Yes, see? This is proof right here. What about bananas? Would you believe me if I told you we're also running out of bananas? Bananas?
They're going to be extinct in 10 years.
They are going to be extinct. Ding, ding, ding.
But if you absorb a bunch of helium into your lungs and then speak back anything at anybody, it could be a song, it could be speech, prose, whatever, you sound like a munchkin.
What are you going to do when we have no helium left and you can't do that anymore?
It's going to make me feel like I need some other substance to make me feel good.
I have a feeling you'll find it. Could you carry on a non-sexual conversation while masturbating?
Yes, but it won't get the job done. No,
Do it.
then no.
Then no, you wouldn't.
No, I could not do that.
A non-sexual conversation while masturbating.
I always do.
to completion?
For sure. It does happen a lot.
Would you be able to carry on a non-sexual conversation while masturbating?
Will they mind if I come on them?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I probably could.
I think I could too.
I probably could.
Men are easy.
Very easy.
Very easy.
All right, we have started.
I sort of have a voice, so.
Yeah, what is going on with your voice again? This is really starting to make me think that I need to fire you and hire B.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, it would be nice to have her as a guest,
No,
I think, just because she would come to the house.
Yeah, so how are you?
I mean, I'm great, minus my voice that's going through whatever's.
I know, it's going through puberty. It just keeps doing stuff on its own.
Friday was like, by the time I finished marketing in the pool, I'm seriously trying to talk to people over music and everything like that. It was just kept going. By the time I got to the workshop, I was on the microphone doing the meditation in my normal range of the octave, but it wasn't working. So I ended up settling in this, like the only part of my voice that would work up here for them.
I know. It sounded like you were doing little girl doll voice. And
That's what I felt
like, oh, this sounds fucked up as shit.
That's what I felt like. I was like, oh my God, these people are going to think I'm like super twisted and this is my meditation voice or something. But it was literally the only notes that were coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, it was like the only octave. I'm sorry, everybody who was in that particular workshop.
Thanks for being with us.
But it's slowing down the podcast and your listener doesn't give a shit. They just want the product.
Well, you had said type it in the computer and let it do voice speak.
Yeah,
we could put it on the like British voice. That would be fun.
I wanted to sound like Stephen Hawking. Are you doing well otherwise?
I'm good. I'm having a lot of fun with all the people in town.
All right. Let me give anybody who cares an update on our little live. We are still in the energy crisis of 2019.
Yes.
Richard and Lauren's energy crisis. So we are sweating our balls off here. It's about 90 something to get today.
Yeah, we've named the house Casa Tesmacal.
Casa Tesmacal. If you don't know what Tesmacal is, you can look it up. But all of this stuff, all of these people coming in is like, I'm just getting out of my patterns. And I don't know if that's good. Like I'm not going to the gym. I'm feeling my fat right now.
Oh, come on.
First, we had the spiritual swingers here.
Yeah.
They stayed with us. Adam and Eve, they stayed a night. We took them out to dinner. We went to La Serena, right? They went crazy. Eve cut a bitch. Adam stole a car. It's crazy. They went nuts. No, they had a really good time. They were really good guests here. It was nice having them here. They're just such sweet people that I just always feel like, I don't know. I don't even really know how to describe how nice they are. It's just that.
Too sweet.
Yeah, they're up to something.
Right. I know. Like, no, but she could never convey that she's up to something.
Yeah.
I look at her like she's like a foreign object when she's talking to me because she's so sweet and the way she speaks is so sweet. So I find myself just staring at her and not really listening to what she's saying.
Yeah. If I'm
What is that?
I don't know, but if I'm about to commit suicide, I'm calling her. She would talk me off anything, I'm sure. All right, I'll come down. You're right. You get it. You know what? You're right. Everything is good. But that was really sweet. We took him, like I said, we took him to La Serena, and we were actually at La Serena last night. This is like the place. I should just do advertisements for La Serena. That this is where the swingers go when you want just a little taste of vanilla during your
your trip.
Desire trip. And what we do there is we talk really fucking loud.
Well, I don't know if there's any other way to talk.
Well, there isn't. So we started, these people must hear like, that dick and pussy and my ass. And like, it must sound like insanity coming from these tables. And then we were there last night.
Yes.
And everybody at the table, we were some other friends and the conversation. A sixsome, mind you, of not lifestyle people.
Right.
But patrons of desire. So they're not lifestyle people, but they were telling some salty stories.
Salty. That's funny. There was a woman
and she was smiling along with our story like, hey, lady, you're not at our table. You're not supposed to be enjoying our story like this.
So one of the girls leans over and she's like, don't look now, but that lady is listening to our stories and she's just sitting by herself having a drink.
We were entertaining her. We were better than the band, I think.
Yes, evidently. But
so anyway, if you're coming to La Serena, come when we go there because the stories we tell on the rooftop are salty.
Like the water.
So this week, I hadn't had any sexy stories to tell the last time, but I grabbed one. We grabbed one sexy story. There was this one couple that came in. They were sort of waiting for us to come in. This pair they're just like a force to be reckoned with.
They give zero fucks. That's how I would describe them.
They give zero fucks. And also, I don't know if this is technically or not technically, but not in the lifestyle, but I do know this. They are listening to this right now on their surround sound system at home because that's
what they tell us.
That's what they tell us. We were waiting to see them.
They booked through us.
They really helped support us. But what I was going to say was she came back with 2 new items.
She did.
Now, this is a person who's beautiful before. She came back with 2 new boobies. Yeah, so it was they looked fantastic. I mean, wow. I mean, to do that and to sort of, I'm kind of speechless. I really am. They were pretty nice.
She's funny because it's like it wasn't even really about it. It was just about.
She's super self-confident. I just think that if it's something that's going to make you feel better, you're not doing it for anybody else.
Right.
And you want to get it done, then do it.
Do it. Yeah.
For whatever reason that is. If it makes you feel better, it makes you feel sexier, and it's safe. Hey, man or lady. Not in the lifestyle, sort of.
I mean, they're just not
dipping their toes in.
Sure, exactly.
A little bit. They dabble here and there. Well, that's what they came the first time. Right?
Yeah.
And then we corrupted them a little bit.
Right.
And I think they were sort of waiting just to see us before they were set free to go out there and just kill any prey that they could find.
Sink their hands.
Which I think is what they did. Really. Now, if I could describe these two, she's a bombshell. He is very handsome.
He's super handsome.
But what gets you is he talks a mile a minute. He's like one level below an auctioneer.
Sort of, but he has that drawl. He has like
I've never wanted to say naked before in my life more than when I'm around there. We get naked.
Yeah.
Just because I never get to say naked.
Yeah, Necked.
But I don't know. He's just got so much energy. He talks so much.
He's a really great storyteller.
He's a great storyteller. And he thinks that I know a lot about him, but I don't really. It's just because he told me the same story 15 times. And he's like, how do you know that? I'm like, you told me 9 times already.
They're like professional drinkers. Like you never know. Told us the same story a couple times, but we had no idea they were even drunk.
By the 4th time, I just keep nodding like I never heard it before.
That's a great story.
Oh my God, really?
Funny.
That happened. Holy crap. That's amazing. How? She's just one of those people that, like, when you talk to her, it's like she's the kind of person that I know would make me a sandwich. Like, I know she would take care of me if I was sick. I know, and she just makes me feel warm and fuzzy. But she looks like a sex goddess.
Yeah.
But her voice, if you talk to her on the phone, you'd be like, "There's no way this lady's hot. There's no way."
So funny.
And then you would meet her and you'd be like, "What? This is crazy." And they were hanging out with another couple. I was sort of looking forward to, just playing with them, getting down and dirty a little bit.
Right. And you kind of pulled them aside and you're like, hey, listen, if you guys want to like go do that, we don't want to cock block, because that's one of our things is we never want to get in the way of other people. We're like, go play. And their response was,
no, they're not in the lifestyle.
They're not in the lifestyle.
And I look at you and I'm like, yeah, I think they are. I think you just talk a lot and they've just been waiting. No one's made a move yet. So Richard here looks at the one dude and goes, so are you guys in the lifestyle or not? And then what happens, and this happens a lot when people are not mentally prepared for that question, it starts to get a little bit like, well, we take it, there's dipping your toes. Well, sometimes, in the mood that right now we're gradually sort of, it's like it's like one of those situations where you're like, you're around a group of people that like opera or something. And they're like, everybody's talking about sort of opera. And then you turn to that one person who doesn't listen. And you're like, do you like opera? And you're like, oh yeah, that Pavarotti guy. Yeah. Sometimes you're just talking about.
Been to a lot, but I
appreciate it. I really did. It's like, you just start mentioning things that you maybe saw on iTunes.
I appreciate the lifestyle.
But you're just like, I don't know what to say right now. I'm just outnumbered. And that's sort of how the answers go. They're just like, oh, I'm like, all right, well, I listen, I just want to know if you all want to get naked or not, or we're just going to take these two and do some nasty stuff to them. So we go back to the room, right? And we're just outside for a while. Anyway, you guys were like dancing. You're doing like country step and square dance and crap. Whenever I'm around country people, I just start singing Old Town Road because that just pisses them off. I love this Old Town Road thing. I love that Billy Ray Cyrus. He's awesome.
Because I actually being from the South, I like to dip into my roots every now and again when I'm surrounded by it. And so we put on some country music and we were two-stepping and we were just having some fun out on the porch. And then we were like, hey, let's do this. I don't even know how it started.
Yeah. They brought us lube. Did you get the lube?
Yeah.
Because that was really good lube. I wanted to make sure you get there. Not that I go to Rubes just for stuff.
What did you bring us?
It's like a trap. Hey, here's some bait in here. What do you got? Oh, that's that platinum lube. And then I go in the room and they just shut the door. Gotcha. I'm that easy. Yeah. It was good. I got to be honest. She's super intimidating to me.
She's a strong personality and you're not really used to that, which is good for you. So I enjoyed that on my end, getting to see you get teased a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of women at the hotel usually wait for guys to approach them.
Yeah, I mean, but on the other side, her husband he's a little like me. I think his mind races way more than mine does. Like my mind doesn't ever shut up. Mm-hmm. I feel like his is out of control.
Yeah.
Doesn't shut up. I really empathetically feel that.
Well, we started off by doing a little massage. You're like, let's get this oil out.
Yeah. So, but then I just wound up with you. I'm like, what's that about? I could do this anywhere. What's going on? I'm sitting in a room with you people. I'm just having sex with my wife. This is ridiculous. Why? Why are we here?
You got so horny. You're like,
oh, I had to have sex with someone.
We were just having so much fun, and then making out, and
it was fun though, because it was fun having sex with you and having them around.
Yeah,
just sort of touching and stroking and watching, and then I ejaculated, and everyone did dirty stuff with my semen. Did that sound clean enough for you? That was the PG version.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need every detail of every story. It was just...
Well, that's how I ejaculated and people did stuff with my semen.
Yes.
We then ordered food because we needed something to eat. So we ate something, right? And somebody was talking about me going again. Now, I'm not really a guy who goes many times in a night. I'm usually like, that was awesome. Had a really good time. Let's all go to sleep now.
Yeah.
That's usually me. That's my jam right there. I know it's sexy. And most people are like, I would love to find that in a man, but it's just really hard. So we order food, and then immediately after I finish eating, and this goes against all of my principles and values, I immediately start getting horny again. Immediately.
Not your normal.
Right. So she starts coming in, and you guys are outside dancing to Old Town Road or some shit. I don't know. Yeah. I was like, hey, you people, I have some emails and some text to return really quick, and I will go out. I will go inside and set up my little home office. And you guys do whatever it is hillbillies do.
We wanted to visit.
Yeah, I know. You all wanted to visit.
We wanted to visit.
So I go in there and start returning. She comes in and starts attacking me. Well, she wasn't really attacking me.
Tell me more.
But she was like, she started sitting down on me. I was so ready. And this has never happened to me before. Nobody's ever really done this to me before. I would start going at it. I was getting really hard. And she was like, nope, can't have it. Nope, you gotta wait.
Oh, no.
Like, no, but I want it now. I want it now. And she was like, and she was saying some dirty, disgusting things. And nobody ever really had teased me like that. And I never really have been through that. But it was driving me absolutely insane. You saw it. You would come in the room and it was like my hair was all disheveled. And I was like...
there was no emailing going on.
Yeah, it was like, I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, because that's not really like our rule. But with them, there's a trust thing. And I know that if something were to start, you would come get me or vice versa.
Yeah. I was trying to start something so that you would have heard, honey, I'm fucking her. It was such a turn on.
That's that confidence I'm talking about. I was getting a kick out of it. I didn't know that she was doing that, but like even standing by the bar, the coffee bar and stuff, just to see her come up and, you know, sort of flirt around with you. I really enjoy that.
That was really sweet. Thank you for that, lady. So then we come back. We run into them again. We're like, hey, you know, we got to do our shit. They did the workshop. It was a cool workshop because Adam and Eve from Spiritual Swingers were there.
Yeah.
And she did the workshop with us. She came around and rubbed some people with us, which was amazing, right?
I know. I told her on Tuesday, I said, will you help me on the man's day?
Yeah. And I introduced them as, this is Spiritual Swingers. They are into energy and yoga and stuff. So I think they're going to change their podcast thing to Spiritual Swingers, Energy, Yoga, and stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds great. So we finish that. We go downstairs and we start to have coffee and we're just sort of talking to people. And there they are again. And now I want what she said. Hey, you got to wait. You got to wait. So I'm like, chop, chop, motherfuckers.
I waited.
And they're there with that other couple that wasn't in, we're sort of in the, and I talked to them. They turned those motherfuckers. They put them in the lifestyle. So now they're out there corrupting other people like we corrupted them.
That's awesome.
Right. I knew they weren't.
They're paying it forward. That's how you got to think of it.
I don't even know if I'm going to get them back. They had a lot of lookers there. Even in that 48-hour period, they were just picking them off like snipers. Like, I got that couple, boom. See that couple right there? Boom. I'm going to bring them in. Hey, there's a new couple that just came in through the lobby. Boom. They're ours. They were scooping everybody up. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get my time back, right? So we go to their room and we start flirting a little bit. And because of unforeseen circumstances, the night is cut short and we have to leave.
Yeah.
I never got to do it.
No.
I never got it.
I know.
It really hurt. I really, really wanted to be with her. I really did. I was really looking forward to it. And that mental sort of mind fuck
is fun.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna try it on people without ever. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Yeah, how are you? Ooh.
Not until later.
Oh, I can't have it.
I'm sorry. Who are you, sir?
I just wanted to know if you wanted more bread.
Yes. Yeah. Hi, are you interested in a workshop? What is the workshop about? Yes. Maybe I'll tell you later. I'll be back in 10 minutes and I'll tell you about what the class is once you watch my ass as I swim away. I'm going to try this tactic.
They'll be like, that guy's lost his mind.
Yeah, I've already lost my mind.
Oh, well.
Anyway, so I talked all the way through this thing because I know you cannot talk too much. Know. So I'm sure someone out there is going to be like, oh my God, Richard never lets his wife talk. I'm sorry. That is not the case.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm not finished.
What is the perfect amount of time to be teased?
There's never enough time.
Depends on
what kind of teasing.
Right, it depends on what kind.
15 minutes.
Do you enjoy being teased?
Sure.
Do you enjoy being teased?
Yes.
Does she like being teased?
Oh, she loves being teased. So without even touching, it's just a matter of just lightly blowing all over her body. That's what really gets her going.
Does he enjoy being teased?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What would you say would be a good amount of time that you get teased?
3 hours.
3 hours? That sounds like torture. Not teased.
Absolutely not, man. I mean,
I'm that good.
Dude, if something's good, why wouldn't you want more of it?
Would you consider Billy Ray Cyrus a music pioneer?
No.
Billy Ray Cyrus, country pioneer?
Yeah.
Yes.
No?
Would you?
No, not even remotely.
Do you know the song Old Town Road?
I know the song.
Can you hum any of it?
I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Ride.
Yeah. Can anybody here hum along with the song Old Town Road? Do you like opera?
No.
Do you like opera?
No.
Can you name any opera singer? Name
Not even one.
Not even Pavarotti? Do you know who Pavarotti is?
No.
All right. Do you know the song Old Town Road?
No, it's not ringing a bell.
Okay. Do you know any opera singers?
Julio, no. who was that big fat Italian cat?
His name was Pavarotti.
Yeah, Luciano.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, you're on a first name basis.
Yeah, he was my boy.
Would you consider Billy Ray Cyrus a music pioneer?
No.
A country music pioneer?
No comment.
Billy Ray Cyrus, a music genius?
No.
Do you like Billy Ray Cyrus?
No, but he is a pioneer today.
That is true. Do you like opera?
No.
Do you like opera?
No.
Opera?
Yes.
Name one opera singer. All right. Do you like opera?
No.
Do you like opera? Do you like opera?
I don't think so.
Do you like opera?
No.
Can anybody name one opera singer?
Pavarotti.
Pavarotti is the correct answer. All right. Thank you all so much. We really, really appreciate it.
All right, we have started. Now, in this next one, we were visited by the spiritual swingers, Adam and Eve.
Yes, they after finally like 9 flight delays, poor things.
Yeah, I know. They originally were getting in at like 10 in the morning. And then I just like looked down and it's like, it's a 5-hour delay. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll run some errands before I pick them up at the airport. So we sat down with them. They wanted to get really deep inside of us. And we were like, bring it, bitches. Namaste at my house. So anyway, this is the interview. It's not the full interview. If you want to hear the full interview, you can go over to the Spiritual Swingers and listen to it over there. This is a condensed version. We took the interview and we washed it in really hot water.
And dried it on high.
And dried it on high and came out a little bit shorter. All right, enjoy. So I'm with Adam.
And I'm with Eve.
We've started.
All right, guys.
Well done. Well done.
Here we are in Mexico. First of all, what do you think about our country? Our country of Mexico? Because soy Mexicano.
See?
You like Mexico so far?
Yeah, you guys make it awesome. You have a great country that you're hosting here.
Muy fabuloso.
Very good. So how you guys doing? Thank you so much for living with us for a portion of your trip.
Thank you so much for allowing us to live with you. It's fabulous here. Oh my gosh.
Casa de Massage is stellar.
Yeah,
it absolutely is.
We have the chore list hung up in your bedroom, just so you know. You're going to have to get through those chores for meals. Okay. That's how it works here.
You're not going to steal our kidneys or anything tonight, are you?
Not tonight.
Okay.
I have to make a hospital run and get a bunch of ice.
Like, we get excited with gifts, and you guys brought us a couple of T-shirts that were super cute. Can't wait to wear them this week.
Yeah, well, we had to share our smart assery.
I love it. I love it. Mine says Project Airtight.
Mine says you're an asshole. But I don't want to talk about me right now. I want to talk about you guys and your trip here. And you guys want to talk about us, which is a super interesting topic.
We're going to try to get as deep inside of you as we possibly can.
Jesus Christ.
So, you know, when you...
Jesus Christ.
We got pre-interviewed last night.
We were just doing research.
And one of the things that came up that you wanted to talk about, Eve, was some things that had to do with Lauren and... other things that had to do with Lauren, more Lauren.
No.
All about Lauren.
Lauren-related things.
Some was Lauren, some was workshops.
I am a podcast junkie, like many people probably that listen to both of us. I've always just been really fascinated with the people behind the show, right? People behind. And so I was just thinking about you guys and some of the things that kind of jumped out at me, I guess questions that I had before we kind of got to know you, and just, you know, what does your, you know, like real life look like?
You probably don't know, but we're asked most days in the pool or in the jacuzzi or while I'm doing someone from behind. Most of these questions on a daily basis.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm kind of prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we ready to go?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. What is the first topic?
Okay. The question is, how religious were your family, you and your families growing up?
I grew up in the Bible Belt. I'm from the South, grew up in the Bible Belt, and I was brought up Methodist. I even went to a Methodist university, and sort of during college is when I stopped really going to church. It was just more about being lazy and hungover than like, and then once I got more into my adulthood is when I sort of started finding my own direction, like spiritually. And I would say I'm more spiritual than I am religious now.
Yeah.
I was brought up in a semi-religious family, but we were never baptized. They wanted us to make our own decision as to whatever it is that we wanted to be. Yeah, so I became a pescatarian.
Were your parents PDA at all? Like, did you see evidence of them having like
Sex?
a physical relationship? I mean,
I walked in on him once when I was a child,
I mean,
and then I went up
besides
to my
that, like-
room and drew a picture.
Wow.
Did you see them like holding hands, or did you see them kiss and stuff like that?
Yeah, they were very
'Cause Eve's
loving.
upbringing was never saw her parents physically touch at all.
Oh, no, my parents were super loving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very warm, I would say.
They were running fevers most of their lives.
Yeah.
I had a very unaffectionate family, and that is about it. As you can probably all tell.
Right? So what were your attitudes around sex like when you were in high school or, you know, those coming of age years? Did you have like any feelings about should I not, or just...
It was for me, it was pretty much you're on your own. Good luck. We didn't have any outlet to explore anything except possibly a magazine. If you were lucky, you got your hands on some porn magazine.
Like no one was like, hey, if you're going to have sex, at least be protected. Here's a condom. Have fun.
No, it was my dirty neighbor, Joe, who...
Old dirty neighbor Joe.
He was the son. It's not like Joe was the dad teaching me about sex.
That would be a little awkward.
No, like...
Hey, your dog got out.
Not to be confused with my other neighbor, Todd, where the butter up the butt thing happened. Dichotomy of two different neighbors,
you
one
can't
on either
just
side.
drop a bomb like that and not explain what you're talking
It's on one
about.
of the other podcasts.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
First time I ever saw porn, a guy who said to a woman, go get nail clippers and a stick of butter and shove that butter up my ass. And that was my the first thing I saw. I thought, oh, all right. Well, to have sex, I need butter and nail clippers. This is easy. I can get both of those things.
Store.
Butter didn't keep too well in my backpack.
Most guys your age carried condoms around in their wallet for 8 or 10 years.
Nope.
You had a stick of butter.
Yeah, so I switched
Just
to
in
margarine because it just held up better.
Yeah, sure.
What else?
Did you date in high school? Mm-hmm. Kind of was that kind of the trajectory of your friend group too? Like,
Yeah, all like the cool kids or the girls that were on dance team with me were like going to parties and getting drunk and all this stuff. And I wasn't allowed to do that. So I just like stayed home with my mom.
But you're doing it now to make up for all of that crap.
As soon as I went to college.
Sweet.
I'm glad that I didn't have sex in high school, to be honest with you.
okay.
I was so naive.
I remember the first time having sex in high school and was like, why are you all girls not doing this? This is amazing.
This is great. How
Great.
long did you last on your first?
I just remember my first time, I got the wonderful feedback of, is this your first time? So I think what that told me...
Was it that obvious?
Yeah, my first time was actually horrific. So after it happened, I didn't know her. It was almost like a one-night stand sort of thing out of town.
Sexy.
And after I finished, she started crying hysterically.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's going great so far.
This is a good...
I was saying, what's wrong? Now, this is my first time. What's wrong? What's wrong? My boyfriend just died in a car accident, and you reminded me of him. And that's why I just responded with, well, again, you're welcome. It doesn't matter. I didn't have the brain to process that anyway. So I was just like, all right, well, whatever. Sorry about your boyfriend. Are we going to do this again or not?
I'm still hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
that was-
Well, that is a first time story.
Yeah. I like to spread happiness.
You do. I love it.
How long were you a virgin, Eve?
I was 15 and he was 16.
Yeah.
You had sex when you were 15?
No.
Oh.
We just started dating then. Yeah.
What
Because
was-
we tried to have
Because we
sex.
didn't want the wedding night to be the first
Wait, what do you
time,
mean you
'cause that would have been
tried?
very anticlimactic.
It hurt. It hurt really bad.
Oh, it just hurt? Did you have a hymen? I guess, yes.
I guess. I think
Or what
I
was
don't know
going
if I had
on?
a hymen necessarily. Like I didn't bleed after or anything. I think I was just like that tight. Like it just
Yeah.
was that foreign of an idea to like have like
Go on.
his ginormous cock inside me.
Yes.
His ginormous 20-year-old cock.
You flatter me.
We had actually went and gotten a hotel room. Like we're in college at this point, and I think we wanted to be like special time.
Oh my
so
God,
I went
that's
and,
so cute.
I know. I went and got like a little outfit that I would think is probably not at all sexy now. But at the time
It was like
like
JC Penney catalog sexy.
yeah. I mean, it was that's kind
a
of
pantsuit.
it was a pantsuit. Yeah. I don't know. It was weird, but so I was
Yeah,
just
sure.
kind of like trying to like figure out how it goes in, and I don't think we had lube, but we might have had like spermicidal because like we were like not getting pregnant. Like that
Yeah,
was
it did everything.
Super fear.
so
yeah.
yes, super fear of that.
Did you have a really religious family?
I was in church. It was a small church. Me and my brother, we were kind of the...
You were the youth.
We were the youth group, and it wasn't an organized thing. My family structure was such that you don't disappoint anyone by getting...
Don't bring shame on the family.
Don't go and get pregnant now. We used to like give each other's hand jobs. Like we did that in high school. So it wasn't like my first orgasm or anything when we started to have sex.
Right.
I guess it would be considered soft swap now, knowing in the lifestyle terminology. But I remember some times after those... we had like a good long time to contemplate what that would mean. So once we finally did have sex, I didn't feel really bad about it.
What else do you want to know about me?
Oh my gosh. You have mentioned that you both had careers in the entertainment industry. Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're wrong.
I'm so wrong. No, you had entertainment. That's a big undertaking.
Leap?
That's a big leap,
Endeavor.
A risky endeavor. So what gave you the courage?
One of the wonderful things about being in your 20s is a lack of fear or consequences. So if you had asked me, am I going to do that again at the age of 25 or 30, it would keep changing. You are invincible when you're that age. So both Mara and I were in a state of mind. We're like, I can do this.
I'll go out there, give it a whirl. If it doesn't work out, whatever. I'll move back to Texas and figure out something else.
I wouldn't describe it as courage, but it was more not following the path of what the rest of the family did or what the social norm was to do. That was
a rebellion aspect to it.
It became a rebellion because my father didn't want me to do it.
I'll show him kind of
exactly what it became.
I'm more of like a dreamer and like, I'm just going to go and I have to go because I have to see if I can do this.
Even though we are here now, watching our electric bill because we can't afford it. It's odd to think that we were, for what we did, we were really successful in our world. It was still 1 in a million.
So then a few years later, you decide to sell everything and move to Cancun, Mexico.
Yeah. So
it's kind of the same spirit, is it, or not?
Sort of, but with different attitudes. One was a go out there and get them to accomplish something.
Yeah.
And this was I give up because everything that I wanted, we sort of got to some degree, but it didn't necessarily make us happy.
That one was a dream to accomplish something. And this one is just
this one doesn't have money and fame attached to it. Being in Los Angeles, around that world, especially entertainment, we met a lot of successful, wealthy, miserable people. You look at people and you go, am I going to wind up like you?
It's when you're in your early 20s, it was valuable in your life to become recognizable and be noticed and make a lot of money.
Yeah.
As you got older, the focus shifted to, I need to pay attention to my mental health.
He actually would have rather been able to act and do the love of acting with zero fame to be able to still function in the world without being seen. But he really did love that job. He really loved that job.
And that's the difference, right? It's like when you're where I was, which was barely borderline successful, you are still going to the back of the line every time you finish your job and you're starting over again. You're really only happy in those moments that you are acting and doing what you love. And as you get lower down on the rung, you're doing more and more things that are not creatively fulfilling. They're not anything that you really imagined that you were going to be doing, and you're just unhappy. And even within, when you are working, being an actor is just a lot of waiting around. Yeah. You just sit around a lot.
Yeah,
you're either waiting on set to go and shoot for 20 minutes and then wait for 2 hours, or you're waiting for the phone to ring to go do another job. So it was just a lot.
I think that would be mentally exhausting.
I don't know what it was like in the modeling world, but
I just stand there and take pictures. The only thing that was like always awkward was you're doing winter when it's summer. So we would be in down coats, 3 layers of chiclets in your bra and jeans outside shooting. And you're passing out because it's 110 degrees.
All right. What else?
What else? So let's talk about the workshop that you all provide at Desire. The first time we came to Desire, and this experience was going to be happening, and it was the yoni and the lingam, massage. I knew what it was because I had done a lot of reading up, dipped my toes into learning about tantra and different things like that, and so I knew those terms. But what drew you to those influences? Was that just common language, like where you from your background, or did you do a lot of research to decide that that's what it was going to be?
Yeah, so we had already done the research about Lauren and orgasm and getting this yoni massage, which was a path to having an orgasm or an easier way to have an orgasm. So these weren't really terms that we knew.
And they used to have someone that was teaching something like that at Desire, and she was leaving. And that's when he was like, you guys should do it.
We became familiar with the terminology and stuff like that. But what we really believed was everything was sort of a sell on sex. A lot of people need to sometimes justify why they're doing something sexual, call it tantra. So we call a little bit of bullshit sometimes on tantra. It's like, do you want to go and have an experience that is sexually fulfilling? Yes. Okay, but I need to legitimize it with something that has some sort of spirituality attached to it to make it not just sex. And we didn't want to take it from that angle. We wanted to just call it what it was. So we say yoni, and that's about as far as we take it, to maybe perhaps not call it a vagina.
Just so you're not like, hey, it's the pussy workshop again.
Right, right.
Okay, because I guess the way that I would describe participating in your workshop is very reverent to your partner. It's very like you're setting the space, you're holding space for each couple to have an experience that maybe they haven't had before, maybe even wouldn't know to take the time for.
Well, you guys do describe physical maneuvers and stuff in the workshop. I feel like Eve said, having experience, I feel that you quickly, once the actual teaching of the massage or whatever starts, you very much get away from the physical aspect of it. It becomes spiritual and energy, and your mind goes to a different place. It's no longer, I need to rub her here, then I rub her there, and then she has an orgasm, and we're done. And then we go have a snack and go to bed. Kind of turns your mind off, and you're just kind of on, I feel how she's feeling, and she's feeling how I'm feeling, and all that's transitioning. And then you guys come over and share your energy with it, and then it's like, holy shit, this is crazy.
We don't really want it to be like teachy step.
Yeah.
We just want it to be, you said, holding space for the two people to kind of check out and just check into each other, because there's so much stuff happening at the resort. There's so much stuff happening in life. And we say this in the beginning, there's nothing that we can do that will work for every single couple in that room. It's just impossible. Everyone functions differently, but we do all tend to, if we relax our minds, find sort of that best way for us to communicate with each other.
Just concentrate on what's happening right here, right now. Just the 45 minutes that you're here. Just be right here. That's it. That's all we're asking.
Yeah.
Take all of the static away from your life, even the static, even though desire is amazing for relationships. Take all the static that's even going on here, all the noise, everything. Just take it away for 45 minutes and just give to your partner. Your partner is going to receive so much pleasure that you in return will gather that energy, and you will start to feel pleasure yourself. And it becomes this sort of intertwining energy that just really starts
fills
to
the room,
build with one another, and then it starts to sort of permeate through the room. And it's a great experience. And the difference between each person is very different, right? So there may be one couple that is at like an 11 out of 1 to 10, and you're like, these two are amazing. There may be other couples that are just sort of at a 6, and you wish that they could let go even a little bit more. But everybody has their own sort of energy going on. And some people will go in and they're just having sex within 15 minutes.
People, sorry.
No, go ahead.
People go for different reasons. Like sometimes people go because they are wanting to connect to their partner. They want to experience what they think the workshop's about. And then other people are just like, I just want to go be in that room because I hear it's hot.
Our biggest problem is FOMO, or fear of missing out.
Just to get people
to get people there. Is if I go there, what am I going to miss out
at the pool
here?
I believe that we fell victim to that the very first time we came to Desire. We didn't make it to your workshop because it was like,
we only came 10 minutes early.
At the pool. And
how insane is that to actually think about that?
Isn't that funny?
I don't want to give time to my partner to be with one another in a really special setting because I'm afraid that something here is going to happen happen that's going to be way better. It's absurd.
I'm feeling super judged right now, Richard. I just want you to know.
I'm just still a little mad at you for not coming to that workshop.
But something that you all said last night, okay, I'm going to kind of lead you into what you already said so that the people can hear it. But I think you mentioned that you've been surprised at points in the workshop. And you can't maybe say what it is.
No, I can.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I talked about it in one of our podcasts. I think it was called Libido versus something. I can't remember. Libido versus logic or brain versus libido. I don't know what it was. But it was that image of everything in my brain tells me what I'm supposed to be attracted to. If I see a certain something across the way and I say, oh, I want that. And then once you get with that person, it can all change very, very quickly within minutes of go, oh, I don't want this anymore. And it sometimes happens in the workshop in the opposite way. So something that is not in your what you don't usually look for in a partner or a sexual partner, which aren't your, whether it's tall or blonde, or there are a bunch of different factors that go into what grabs our particular eye. We learned two really wonderful things. Number one, we learned that looking across the pool and seeing a person for whatever they are as the shell of a person does not mean that they are what you think they are, because you can look across the pool, and I've many of times seen, let's say, a guy who looks like he is the captain of a biker gang and go, I am not going near that dude. And then you meet him and you're like, this guy's a cupcake. I mean, he's the sweetest human being I've ever met in my life. It took us a while, but finally, I can say for myself, I think for Lauren, that we no longer prejudge a book by its cover. The thought does go through our brain. You stereotype someone immediately. You meet some people that you just start to feel something, and that energy starts to take over, and things on them start to come out. Their eyes, the way they talk, their smile, the way they respond to you, all of these tiny little details that become what the real attraction is, has become sort of the magic that we found.
I feel like another thing that's so attractive is in that workshop, you are seeing from an outside point of view how the couple is connected to each other. And in that workshop, you're really able to see that. For me, I just find that love, it warms me.
When we start out the workshop, we start off with example where I am rubbing her. I'm sort of going through the steps and I start to rub Lauren's body. And even in that moment, that little frame of time, I start to get lost in her. I don't want to get up. I want to just
It's so funny. I can't.
That's so
I
sweet.
want to keep doing this right now, and I have to tear myself away, like wrapping your hands around an energy, a warm, a warm energy, and it's amazing.
I feel the same way, and it's just so funny because we literally are talking, we're playing music, we're shuffling songs or whatever, getting oil, blah, and I just kind of check out, and I'm like,
just check out. And
yeah, and I'm like, oh, but I have to keep
for
talking.
that moment, I'm like, I got to start now. Sometimes I have to tap you, like, let's go. We got to go.
Time to make the donuts.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's really amazing. Wherever you are in your relationship, there's this reminder that you look at the person, you go, oh my goodness, I love you so much.
Yeah.
I need you so much. That's really what goes through my head. So we are about to take you to the hotel. We're about to check you in. Is there anything in this trip that you guys are looking forward to? Are you looking to just relax? Are you looking to, I want to be with 25 guys this time?
Because galore.
Yeah, because 12 to 24 wasn't enough. You were both already tan and ready for the pool. Both of you. Adam, you are very buff right now. Eve, you look amazing, because I'll see you guys later on this week. All right, well, we will release your passports back to you and let you leave. Unbolt the door.
I was going to say, I'll
Do we
get
still
the
have to carry the drugs across the border for you? Sorry.
list.
Thank you guys so much for doing this. We really appreciate
so
it.
much.
We appreciate you
Thank
being
you
here.
for welcoming us into Casa de Massage.
Yes.
You're welcome. Sorry,
very,
the
very
monkeys weren't
welcome.
here today.
Maybe later.
Okay.
All right. That was Adam.
And that was Eve.
We don't have a sign.
Are we finished?
You're finished. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Bye-bye. All right, Lauren. Well, that is it. Now, what makes me sad is now that we're finished, we have to turn off the air conditioner in this room. and go back to the heat. I almost want to keep recording just so I can use the air conditioner
Not allowed.
and not have to go back to live in Casa Tasmacal.
Casa Tasmacal.
So here we start to do the little breakdown of the commercially section, what keeps us going. First of all, thank you to the affiliates who book through us. It means a whole hell of a lot. We love working at Desire. We love doing what we do, but booking through the website has made an incredible difference. It has made it possible to keep giving you this vocal vomit. It makes it... Oh my God, we just got a reservation.
Thank you.
I was like, damn, my email went off. See, it's things like that
Oh
that
my
are
God,
just
it's so
absolutely
awesome.
amazing. So it allows us to just keep bringing this crap and putting it inside of your ears.
It's almost like having sex with your ear.
It is.
On a serious note, if you guys are thinking about coming to Desire, please, please, please just go to our website, click through, and it costs you nothing. And it really gives me something to do in my spare time because I love making those little welcome packs.
Yes. All right. Well, listen, if it makes any difference, let me just leave you with this. If you're on the fence, right?
Okay.
This is what I know, and this is true. I'm not making this up, okay?
Okay.
Most people that book through us have said, the travelers, this is coming from them, that they went home with a 60% less chance of gum disease. That's true. That's true. And so if you don't want gum disease, you want fresher breath, this is a great thing to do for everybody.
It's amazing.
Lauren will make out with you. And almost last but not least, we want to thank Malibu Strings, because full coverage is for cable news. That joke brought to you by Mr. Jeff and Karen on Twitter. Thank you so much for that joke. All right. Do we have any Patreons that we need to thank? One person I want to thank, Adam and Eve of Spiritual Swingers, went on our Patreon and donated to us. So we want to thank you guys so much for not only being here, but for donating to us. We really appreciate it. Who are the people we need to thank?
I
Who
wanna
are these
thank-
crazy bitches that send us money?
Well, we had one person take us up on the accepted challenge, and I want to thank Mr. Banjo Jimmy Jumbo Jr. Yes, I nailed it.
Yes.
That was first take, by the way.
Again, if you write the name, Lauren has to say it.
That's how it goes. So thank you, Mr. Charles Torres, Pete, Philip. Thanks to John Locke, Nadia, Mohammed, Justin, Ignacio, Art, Marcy, Ed and Katie, Karen, and Mr. Scott, our latest.
All right. Thank you guys so much. This has made it really, really possible to put a small pool on the yacht. It's nothing big. It's small. Not the yacht. That's huge. All right. Thank you guys so much. Please go follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook if you want. We never really look at it, but you can follow us there too. And Lauren, any other place that we are?
We're on our website, which is the best place of all.
Yeah, go to the website.
And even better, here at Desire.
All right. Love you. We'll see you next time.
All right.
And that about does it for us.
For more information, photos, or to contact us, go to room77podcast.com.
Thanks for stopping by Room 77.
We had a blast.
Now get your clothes and get out.